Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Why do we say that all the time? Welcome back. Well, because you have a lot of channels you can be watching. So thank you for watching mine. Thanks for watching. If you click play, you're probably watching this. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Deanna, and I am just kind of doing a catch-up. It's been a while since I've been on here and visited with you all. I've just been busy. You know, life gets in the way, and this is I would say it's my hobby. Obviously I manage projects and have a lot going on just in general, so I would say planning as a task is not my hobby. I mean, I love doing it. It's a necessity, but making these videos and sharing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, that would be more of the hobby. So thanks for joining me. If you're new here, I just popped up on your what is that thing where, oh, recommended list. thanks for stopping in. If you'd give a thumbs up, what's the best way to do that? I don't know. Thumbs up, a like, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm just still kind of getting my footing here on what people would like to see. Obviously, I have a lot of hobbies and interests, which I try to keep track of in my planner. But, you know, I want to make content that's of value to you. Maybe something I think that is valuable. You may have another idea. So please feel free to share that in the comments below, what you'd like to see or what you've enjoyed seeing in the past. Today I wanted to come on and share how I'm using my planner. So I have moved out of my Filofax and into my Moterm. And since it's the middle of the year, it's a great time to, you know, kind of do a reset for me. Life kind of changes a lot, as probably it does for a lot of people who follow kind of the school year calendar. I follow the school year calendar because it also coincides with the Miss Kansas calendar. And so our state pageant was at the beginning of June, and so for July it's always a good time to reset. And also One Book July is coming up, and I love the concept of One Book July. I love the community. I love the topics and things we do each year and the things that I learn and take away from it. And when I first started my planning journey and getting my memories back, One Book July was so helpful for me, just testing out what worked and what didn't in one book. But I have learned I am not a one book person. I'm a one book for this, a one book for this. I have one book for this. I even have one book for this. And I can put all of this, I've tried, in one book. So I fluctuate. Is that the right word? I move back and forth. My system is very fluid. I have a master planner just off camera over there, and it is kind of like my master brain. It's where I keep track of everything so that at tax time at the end of the year, I can just refer to that. I pack it up each year, and it goes with my filed taxes so that if I ever need it, I have it. So as far as I would say what my everyday carry, right now I'm going back and forth between my Moterm, or this is a pocket wide deluxe from Chic Sparrow, but I have put my A6 in here. So I'm using an A6. This is a Hobonichi Day Free. And so this is more for like creative planning, which is something I still need to do. I do some journaling in here. I do plan to kind of do a flip through of this, but that wasn't my focus today necessarily. I do have a Hobonichi notebook here for, I started using it as a commonplace notebook. We'll just see how it goes. And then in the back I do have the weekly because I do like to see that. So if anything, I'd say this when I'm carrying this is my reference, my everyday carry reference, and this would be daily and journaling, and of course a place for stickers and paint and washi and all the things. And then when I feel like carrying my Hobonichi Weeks, I do, and it is more creative planning in the Hobonichi Weeks format, because that is very visually, I'm able to connect with that, if that's the right word, when I need pictures, and that style, vertical, is very helpful. In fact, I would say that's one of the first ways I actually started planning at One Book July 2017. I had a vertical weekly with a list, and I think that insert was, nope, I don't think, I'm pretty sure it was from Filofaxy or My Life All in One Place, and I was using the pocket size, and that just worked for me, having the Monday through Sunday, because I'm a Monday start, makes sense for my brain, and then a checklist, and that I tipped in to a pocket box so that I had both my visual planning and then my listing all together in one kind of layout, and that worked really well for me. But I decided I need more room, and as my planning evolved, then I decided to move to rings. So that's where I'm at. Long story, I don't know that I shortened that at all. I'm in the Moterm right now, so like I said, I've been in my Filofax Malden for a couple of years. I had gotten this one first, and I love it. It's maybe a little roomier, but then, you know, I've always liked the Filofax Malden, so sometimes I want the feel of that, and other times I want this one. This one, if there's someone on here that doesn't have a Moterm or isn't familiar with it, you can get the back pocket, which I really like. I usually keep something like stickers in the back, a pocket that I can put things in, so that's what I have here. And just, I always like keeping some of my art. I like to do mixed media and junk journaling, so this was a thing that I did for another junk journal book, but I copied it and turned it into a little pocket because I just love to look at it. So usually in the back of my pockets, that is all that's there. Sometimes I might put something that I get when I'm out and about just till I get home, but things don't typically live there. I just keep Post-it notes in here because, I don't know, is Post-it note queen a thing? If it is, I love Post-it notes. I'm always writing on Post-it notes. I have Post-it notes all over here. So I've always got to have them because that helps me, you know, isolate one task at a time. Sometimes I will put a little list on there, but it is so that I can just focus on that and I can kind of push everything else out. So I always keep some Post-it notes on me, and in here are stamps just to have on hand, and that's pretty much what I keep in there. I do like having this zipper pocket in the front here, and I just keep things that make me happy that I get to smile at when I look at. So that's, and I rotate things from time to time. And really, this is not set up a whole lot different from the way I had my Filofax. I just moved things over. I did kind of move things around, and I did create some new dividers, which isn't that the fun part, changing the dividers around. So this is acetate. Oh, maybe I need some more coffee. Okay, this is acetate with a vinyl sticker from an image that I got online, and I just really love that. It's kind of also my guiding, one of my life mottos, guiding factors. So these, wow, I just said it, dividers. These dividers, I made them from a folder, and I really just love the folder. And so the folder is a C. Jane Work folder that I got from Office Max, I think. I just loved it. It just is so cool looking to me. And so I just cut it. I cut the shape out with my Cricut. I cut it a couple times and it didn't cut all the way through, so I don't know if I had my settings right, but it had the template or the outline. Then I just went in and finished with my scissors. So I made 6 dividers from it, and then I had some leftover pieces that I turned into markers. So I have a month marker, a week marker, which it's Monday the 20th, so time to set up a new week. Update my trackers. A tracker that I haven't turned to since on Thursday. Then let's see, I have some more. Okay, then I have a today marker for the today, just if I want to use a daily when I am out. A plan marker, so this would be in front of my lists and things that I'm working on, projects at the time. And then this is my project section with each of my projects back there. And I think, is that the last of the markers? So then I have one that my friend gave me. So that's it. So that was fun to just kind of repurpose a folder that I was no longer using. It was just sitting on a shelf. So if you got a folder, that makes these make fun dividers. It is this plastic that's really nice. So anyway, and then I keep images that I like, things that I've made. So I love junk journaling. If you follow my channel very long, or if you're new and you want to know, I love doing junk journaling. So back to the One Book July. I have no idea what the theme is. I don't think they've actually announced yet. So it is June 20th here. And I decided my one book for July is going to be my junk journal. And there is a challenge called Junk Journal July. And I think MegJournals. Oh, I need to find that out. She hosts that on Instagram, but also she has a YouTube channel. So I thought, you know, maybe that's what will be my One Book July this July, which will be my junk journal. So I've just started to get it ready, set up for the prompts. I think she has released that. I guess I'll try to put the link to that in the comments so that you can find that. Anyway, I digress. I just love to keep, sometimes I make something and then I'm like, you know what, I want to look at this more frequently, so I will scan it and then print it out, maybe adjust it or whatever in Inkscape, which is similar to InDesign, I think, and then I will just or Illustrator, I'm not sure what it's similar to. I just really love it. It's free. It was so easy to learn, and I learned from Mo Howard 5/16 on YouTube. I probably watched all her videos on designing and Cricut making, stickers and all the things. So, and then just some of my favorite papers. So my first section is my monthly, I think that's what I call it. What do I call it? Oh, I call it calendar. My calendar. So, and it starts with, the first is my yearly review. So these are things that I do once a year at the beginning of the year, which for me now is January. It used to be July when I first started planning like this with the planner community. And so I just have a list here that I make sure that I do, and that I do at the beginning of the year. And then I do have a checklist. So the next section is my monthly review. So my preview and then my review of what I do each month. And again, it's just a checklist to make sure that I do all the things. And with this kind of list, then I have this checklist, and I have my annual things so that I only do in January, or taxes in April. Annual report. Ooh, I did that. I do need to mark that. Anyway, so this is the checklist, and I can just review it and check off. And if it's the middle of the month, or I'm reviewing at the end of the month, and I'm like, oh, what haven't I done? I can review that. because obviously I can't actually do it all in one day. Sometimes I do if I have that window of time. And so that's what's right here at the beginning, and then it goes into my monthly plans, my month. And so I just have this. So these are from Peanuts Planner Co. And I think this was a freebie. Yes, I think it is. And so I just have like my major things up here to be just like keeping an eye out for as I know. And I usually fill this in quarterly. So we're coming up on July. So when I sat down to do my monthly review, I'll also do my quarterly setup. So this is just, I just list out appointments, usually events. Maybe sometimes I put a sticker down or list a birthday or that kind of thing in there. But because this is my on-the-go planner, I just put down appointments in there so that I can reference it. And then when I come home, if I'm out and about and something gets added, then I do sync it on my other planners. But that helps with memory retention and stuff. And so I just have all the months printed out. We're here in June, so this fancy tab, which makes it easy to turn right to it. I just move this little marker down to the week that I'm on. And, ooh, since we're here, I do have, anyway, so I just update my my planner, and then as you can see, I do it as I go each month, so there's not a whole lot. If I do know of an upcoming, so it fills in my doctor's appointments, and that is this whole section. I'll just flip past that because there's really nothing else in the months I haven't got to yet. I keep this little, this is a checklist, and it was for something else. What was it? Notes? Oh, it was the back page. So I just flipped it over to use as a checklist if I needed it. And then the next section is my weekly. So for here, I always do keep these at the beginning. And it's just, I do mostly remember this. But sometimes, you know, I'm stressed out, busy. I could forget something. So it just helps me follow the things that are important to me. And so this would be my weekly review, and another piece of junk journal art that I made, and I just love it. And this is my quote. That's why there's no attribution to it. I wrote that. I keep, these are tracker post-it notes for when I want to use those. But I try to come in and fill this out. So I will go back in and fill this out. One of my tasks is always to update my tracker. So, but I just keep it as a running appointment list. And then I have it printed out usually for about a month. So I'll have extras. And then my next section is my dailies. So I probably have more things in here that, you know, but I just love to look at them and review them. And at some point when I want to add something in, then I make a decision about what I want to take out. They usually, you know, trigger good memories for me. So, and isn't that why we plan? To just feel good, to have less stress, to focus on the things that we love. And like that quote says, do you feel like a slave to your planner? No, I feel like a slave without it. Honestly, because instead of doing all the things that I love and make me happy and de-stressed, if I don't have a plan and a planner, then I, in the past, had poor boundaries. And it was easy for people to ask me to do things for them. And I was constantly, you know, difficult to say no. Now I say, oh, I have plans. I can't drop everything and come do what you need me to do. And so it has helped. So, and then I feel better about all the things I love to do. And so this section has my daily review. So they're just on these fun little post-it notes. And I had them so that if I wanted to move them around the sections, I could, but it's just a checklist of the things I do each morning and each evening, and I don't always like make a list and check it off. It's just there again for reference. And then I do have a post-it note for a couple of things I'm still waiting on, and then my dailies, and again floating post-it notes. And usually floating post-it notes, if they're not something that I'm sitting looking at dedicated on, I'll move it so I don't have to keep writing it over and over again. It's something that I would get to when I have time. So this is an article to write about that. And then I just keep about a week or so in there, maybe, yeah, a week or two. And then some notes pages for just scribbling on as I need to. And then this section is my list. So I have printed out a GTD workflow, and this is one I drew using the book. So I have a series that I started on GTD, and it is not time sensitive. Obviously I work on it between projects, but for me, I do have this printable, so I think it's in the link with the first video, so if you want to check that out. I don't know if I did it as a personal size or a letter size, but if you want it as a personal size, let me know. This for me just helped me kind of walk through what I need to do. And I know there's other charts out there, but then I thought I made boxes around the sections that I wanted to have in my planners that I thought were good to have. So obviously the inbox, I put that in there because for me inboxes are post-it notes. I do have a post-it telling me that's an inbox if I want to put things on it. I think I might have had that in here. Let's see, was it in my daily? So to me that means I could make this an inbox. I could write everything on there. Typically I use post-it notes and then I process them, but they start as a post-it note. You know, if I write them on here and they need to go to a post-it note, then they do. But then the things that aren't actionable, obviously, if it just goes in the trash or to someday maybe, or reference, which for me can go in my files or as lists, which I do have in here, my reference materials with my project plans when I need them. And then, you know, it's good sometimes just to look at that. If I've got something and I'm just stuck with what am I going to do with it, and I'm just floating the note around because it's not has an action like a verb to do something, then I can just look at this and just walk through it and decide, you know what, is this necessary? Can I throw it away? Or is this a someday maybe and it's not for today? Does it need to go somewhere else? So this is, again, a reference. I have a lot of lists that I refer to. Again, this was, I think, when I was making the list of sections that are important for me that I needed. And then further breakdown by context: to do, to call, to buy, to write, to film, to edit. I'm a freelance journalist in multimedia journalism, so I write, I film, I do podcasts, so they each have their own different workflows. In fact, so I moved them to, I say that, I'm like, I think I'm pretty sure I moved them. Here we go. To, this is the section that covers like my reference for my work. And it's just it's a checklist. I could print this out, and every time I worked on a story, I can, you know, go through and check through each thing one at a time. I can just look at it now just to kind of be a reminder, but it's pretty automated, so same here. So I try to streamline things, but also you got to have a list. So these are lists and places to create more lists, so, and post-it notes for lists. I think these are meal ideas. Yes, and things that we like to eat a lot, so I'll make a shopping list from that. This section is Girl Boss, so this is Sometimes it's brainstorming for projects that I want to work on, projects that I am working on, or projects that I need to keep, an eye for, like maybe I'm gonna work on it. So, or anything, just like I said, sometimes I need to put them here until they go somewhere else. And then I keep my master to-do list. So, next actions. So, when I'm going through here, each project, I'm saying, okay, what's the next thing I have to do on here? I put it on here. So, I need to follow up with this. I went to the doctor's office and he was out. He was out of the office that day. So, I have to wait till Thursday. But anyways, sometimes I'll put more than one thing down. Sometimes I'm like, I have to do this before I move on to anything else. So that's what I keep there. And then is my projects. So this would be reference materials for each of the current projects. I do have this insert from SM Plans. And I've wanted to try to find a way to make it work for me. And I haven't yet. But I think it's genius. I think it's a great idea. It's something that I had tried to do when I first started planning. I'm like, how can I have a daily, weekly, and monthly tracker all on one page? So I like it. I haven't figured out how to make it work for me, because I think I would need one project per page, which is okay. And then, what I need to do to stay on task with it, and then what my weekly tasks and daily are. But I'm always I've got lots of projects in motion. So I don't know, I'm just talking through it. So this lists what each of these numbers are. 5 is blank right now. And so then I just have, like, this would be my journalism things and my multimedia things in this section. And then this is our local pageant. And so information I keep in this section, and I keep notes and things. And then this section here, 3, is for YouTube ideas. So I have lots of ideas. It's just making the time to sit down and do them. 4 is projects for my daughter. So I kind of am a behind-the-scenes strategist and just help her with media production, obviously, for her things. So these are usually tasks and notes related to that. 5 is empty right now, and it's fine with me. I do not need to have all these full. I am okay with, focusing. And then the last section is my health. And so this is an ongoing, project. And I'm always, what gets measured gets managed, and that's my health. So I have post-it notes for doctors I'm waiting to hear back from, or notes I need to keep if something comes up that I want to talk to the doctor about. When I see them, I put it on here. And then these inserts are from my Summer Touch, and I really like them, and I think they were called, I don't know what they're called, a health bundle or something. I should try to figure that out, but I really just love it. And there's a lot of great inserts that she has for tracking health. And so I have doctors. Let's see, I'm going to skip to a doctor note page, which is very helpful. When I get home from the doctor, I write down just, obviously the doctor name, what we talked about, maybe what symptoms I'm experiencing, what they said, or what test maybe we're going to run, or what medicine I'm going to take, or not, what if I'm being referred. And so these are helpful. And then I also, as you can see, like to paperclip their contact office information down. And that, then I do have some trackers for health things. I have this one because I wanted to use it, and I just, again, sometimes I put things in here thinking, how am I going to use it? And I don't, but this is a fold out tracker, annual tracker, and I think this one's from Peanuts Planner Co. This is, I'm not doing a good job of tracking this, but it was my weight. Obviously, it's not that it's not important to me, but it's something that some of it I can't control with medication and things. So if I keep looking at it, sometimes it makes me a little depressed, so I don't look at it. And then other times I'm like, you know what? I'm doing everything I can. That's where I'm at. I think we're down here somewhere. It's probably time to get back on and see where I'm at. Honestly, probably haven't changed much. And then that's it. I've got, you know, a little, sometimes I'll have money in here, or a receipt or something. It's just back there if I want to. I had it more so for my Filofax because I didn't have this pocket back here. But I just left it here. And then some more art that I had made that I made it and I laminated it. Kind of so it would be a fly leaf. I think originally it had been just a front protector or something. So I moved it back here, and then I have a fly leaf. This is another pocket. Again, I thought I was going to try it out, and it just sits here. So I probably need to take it out. And that is it. I do have some cards back here to have on hand. I don't actually use this pocket very often. Sometimes I might slide something in, just like a notebook or something. It does tend to bulk it up. I do have, I did put in like the 30 millimeter rings here. So let's see if we can pull that over. So it is full. It's full of everything that I would need for, oh, let's put my marker back in. Everything that I would need for, you know, planning, just keeping my life in order. Everything I would need to have on the go with me. Obviously my big master planner, I don't usually carry it around, and it has like all the things. So yeah, that's what my Moterm is looking like right now. And you know, if you fold it this way, it closes better. I don't mind. I love all the chunky, uneven things to grab a hold of. It's kind of like muscle memory, you know, kind of know where to flip to, what tab. So that's how I'm using my Moterm, and I'll probably do another video on how I'm using my other planners. And if I feel so creative to make videos about my junk journal July, I will do that here. But please feel free to leave me a comment below. Do you appreciate this? Do you like seeing flip throughs? Would you prefer to see like me planning practically? I've done videos like that, like specifically how I go through it. Or junk journal crafting videos. To me, there's different ways to journal. We all learn differently, whether it's lists and words, whether it's stickers and pictures, whether it's art journaling, whether it's longhand journaling. And I've just learned for myself there's no one way to do it. And even at different times, different days, different weeks of the month or year, I'll do something different, which is why I float. So I'll have one book for one topic, one book for one style of planning that works for my brain at the time. And then after a while, I'll go back to the other one and I'll use something different. So that's how I'm doing it. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.